Hello, YouTubers. This is D-Mail at Work. Finally, my Steven Universe review. So, I know I've promised this for a long time, but now I decided to do this. Now, before I go into this, I have one little thing to say about what's been going on so far, and how come it took me forever to do this review. And nothing to do with me rewatching in the entire series or anything. Well, it's just that I had the review all recorded and beforehand, but I couldn't get it to go into YouTube. And nothing to do with copyright, since I don't know how to add video to it yet. But I don't want to take any chances at this time. So let's just get on with the review. In 2013, a new animated series hit Cartoon Network Studios. Steven Universe was called the first animated show by Cartoon Network Studios, recreated by a woman. And who this woman might be? Who created Steven Universe? None other than Rebecca Sugar. Those names should sound very familiar to a lot of us, especially Adventure Time fans. Seeing as she co-wrote and composed for Adventure Time, and based on how Steven Universe works, it shows. It follows an everyday adventure using the crystal gems, garnet, amethyst, pearl, and a half-human and half-gem boy named Steven Universe. As they try to protect the world from different monsters and all that stuff that they're trying to get out of that sort of gem dimension. Steven then lives in a world that's protected from people by the gems. And the show basically takes place from either the crystal gems dimension in our world and Beach City. Steven spends most episodes doing activities with this plant, as well as the gems in a few episodes. Now let's go on to the cast, or basically just the gems themselves. But first let's go on with the title character, Steven. He's the youngest member of the Crystal Gems, and like the others, he possesses a gemstone of Rome, the Rose Quartz, which he inherited from his mother, who gave up her physical form to bring him into the world. In other words, it's one of those died during childbirth situations. Since he's a new member of the Crystal Gems, he's trying to learn how to use the gem's power. And he's actually done a pretty good job so far. He's able to project a shield from his gem to create a bubble-like force field. And even summoning his mother's own sword by pointing it from his pet on its forehead. And yeah, Yeah, that's right. I said it. He has a pet onion. And that's also magic for some reason. If Adventure Time can get away with a dog being able to stretch to superhuman in proportions, I can buy it. Stephen also has inherited a rose quirk with healing properties, but instead of his tears being able to heal old people and humans, he has healing spit, which he discovered while trying to repair Amethyst's gem. And the show vaguely kind of describes how the gem work. But a crystal gem warrior can get hurt all they want, and as long as the gem itself doesn't get damaged. Because if it gets damaged, then things become topsy-turvy. As in the episode of an indirect kiss, which expresses really well. Now onto the gems. Garnet is the disciplined leader of the gems, since Rose's absence. Approves to be a powerful fighter as her gem, and once embedded in the palms of her hands, allow her to summon a pair of large gauntlets which can basically punch through anything. As well as having a weird-looking cubicle afro, she wears a visor on her face that covers up her eyes. And in the arcade episode, after Stephen removes the visor, we see that Garnet has 3 eyes. On to Amethyst. She is the impulsive and passionate party animal of the crystal gem. And her gem is located right here in the collarbone. Clavicle. That's what you refer to as. By activating the gem, she can summon a started energy whip. And as she demonstrated Steam, it's able to slice through almost anything. That brings up a very interesting question. She's often joyous and carefree, as she and Steven tend to be. Kind of a comedy duo all the time. Although there are a couple of episodes where she basically causes the trouble that Steven gets into. Such as the episode where Steven has to take over a bar. There's a shift at that donut shop. As well as the wrestling episode. Now onto Pearl. Pearl is what I like to call the nagging know-it-all of the crystal gems. By activating her gem, which is located on her forehead, as she can summon the halberd-like sword, and it's also skilled at sword fighting. Now, the reason why I say Nandy know-it-all is because she seems to know a lot more about the crystal gem dimension than Amethyst could maybe even Garnet. And it's never quite explained. And basically, the job acts is a spastic war report at that time. crying over every little thing that happens. Now, there's about 3 to 4 episodes of now of Crystal Gems and Steven have shown that they are able to fuse together in order to create a gem fusions. And they are as such. Opal is the fusion of amethyst and thorn, and can summon the bow and from the amethyst whip and pearl sword, and as one of the fire energy arrows. Silverlight is the fusion of amethyst and garnet, and known larger than opal, but is also more unstable, mostly because of amethyst's behavior. She can summon a giant whale like double-fisted in Mace head. Say that again. She can also summon this huge whip like mace that at the end of it, instead of being like the normal spiky ball you see on Morningstar, or maybe a medieval mace. This is basically what it looks like. Two fists clutched together in order to create the head of it. This is made from garnet that's gauntlets and amethyst strip. Now, there's only one other thing that I don't quite get, and maybe I'll show this in a future episode. But we have garnet and an amethyst, and we also have amethyst and pearl. But there's no garnet and pearl. Fusion. And I wonder what that would be like But there is one fusion that ties them all together. That one being Alexandrite, which is the ultimate fusion of all 3 crystal gems, and is larger than both opal and silverlight. It was featured in the episode Fusion Cuisine, in when Stevens and Connie got instant Benson to put in his parents as to dinner with them in order to convince her parents that he was not that bad of a kid and hang around with. However, of course, there is the dilemma: he doesn't have a mother anymore. And although Alexandrite seems normal, even though she's a giant 6-armed woman, she almost as unstable as Superlight, seeing as all 3 gems are kind of fighting within it. Now, they said that Steven also is able to infuse that type of gem as a gem himself, because there was one episode where he and Colin actually fused together by accident, and which was called Stevani. Now, if I had to compare this to Adventure Time, I would have to wait on that to see how both series end. I'm still, out of the wait from Adventure Time since the Cerebral episodes. And I will begin to Adventure Time review sometime in the future. But there is one last thing I need to add. Apart from the three basic crystal gems, they've also shown other crystal gems from warriors. Atlas Osley, who is able to control water, and a mysterious crystal gem by the name of Paragon, which seems to look like he's from the future. And I looked on DeviantArt, and there are a lot of different fan arts of crystal gem characters. Some actually look like they could make it into a shell. Although there is one that's missing. Diamond. And that actually would be pretty interesting. I wonder what kind of weapon a diamond crystal gem would have. Well, anyway, that's it for my review of Steven Universe. I'll be sure to do an Adventure Time review sometime in the future. But in the meantime, I am going to continue watching Adventure Time to see if I can get anything out of it. But join me in the next videos. I will take on the subject, and I have never actually been able to take on for some odd reason. And I'll give you a hint. It's something to do with pirates, as well as a very interesting legend within its series. Until then, this is D0981 saying, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. If you have any requests, leave them in the comment section below. Don't check out my other videos on my channel, D0981. And I'll be sure to post more videos in the future. So then,
we are the Crystal Gems. We'll always save the day. And if you think we can, we'll always find a way. That's why the people of this world believe in garnets, amethyst, and pearl, and Steven.